You're listening to BYU-Idaho Radio. I'm Nathan Lenahan, and today I'm joined on the phone by Andrea Schmutz. She is the winner of the Miss Idaho for America Strong 2026 competition. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So before we get into the fundraiser and all these things that you have going on, I was just wondering if you could give us some background information on yourself.
Yes. So I am an adjunct faculty for BYU-Idaho, and I am the community founder of Empowering Immigrant Women, whose mission is to inspire refugees and immigrant women in Pocatello. And I just won Miss Idaho for America Strong, and my platform is Education Beyond Boundaries, which encourages immigrant women to pursue a formal education so they can help themselves in whatever circumstances they might find themselves in.
So I didn't know you were an adjunct faculty member for BYU-Idaho, so what do you do with that?
Yeah, so it is a remote position, and so I do it online. I teach Peace 101.
And how long have you done that for?
It's going to be 2 years and a half now.
So do you enjoy teaching then?
Yes, I do love teaching peace. I get lots of students from around the world. Most of them are BYU Pathway students, and I just enjoy teaching them about how to manage peace how to manage peace and also how to approach conflict in a collaborative way.
Right. And so could you tell us about the Miss Idaho for America Strong?
Of course. So the Miss Idaho for America Strong is a national pageant which celebrates accomplished women who are single, divorced, or widowed, aged 18 and older. The competition focuses on empowerment, confidence, and leadership. And as Miss Idaho for America Strong, I will compete in nationals in August with 51 states.
And how did you get into competing for that?
It all started because I would like to promote my platform, the Education Beyond Boundaries, encouraging immigrant women to pursue a formal education. And I do this because I want to be a voice for the women in my group and continue to inspire immigrant women by making appearances and connecting with organizations across Idaho.
Right. And so could you tell us more about Education Beyond Boundaries?
Yes. And so the inspiration behind my platform is also the driving force behind the community organization I founded in Pocatello called Empowering Immigrant Women, whose mission is to inspire refugees and immigrant women. And so we do this by providing quarterly brunches throughout the year, and I invite key stakeholders within Idaho to speak to the women in my group. So, for example, last month, I invited the president of uh, Zions Bank Eastern Idaho, to talk about the basics of investing and basics of banking. And so that's where it all started. I want to be the voice for the women in my group.
Yeah. And is there a moderate amount of immigrant women in Pocatello?
Yes, there are many, and the group that I founded, there's about 10 to 12 who comes regularly, and it's very private, not private, it's very intimate, and I just helped someone who's from China who is planning now to get a bachelor's at Idaho State University.
That's great. And what was your, I guess, your inspiration for the founding the Empowering Immigrant Women in Pocatello?
hmm So the inspiration happened because I became a single parent 3 years ago. And without my master's degree, I won't be able to become an adjunct faculty, which helps me finance myself and my daughter. And I don't have to work a lot of hours. I was able to earn money in less few hours of working. And so this is why I created the group to empower women, because we just don't know what will happen. Whether your spouse die or your spouse become disabled or you become a single parent, you just never know. So education is very important for me.
That's great. And have you seen a lot of changes in the women that you're helping through this group?
I hope so. I hope so. But I think I mentioned earlier the one from China. She really wanted to get a bachelor's degree, but with her foreign degree from China, she wasn't able to transfer some of her college credits. But I was able to help her get a GED, and now she's about to complete her GED, and hopefully by the fall of this year, she will start her undergrad degree at Idaho State.
Yeah, that's really great. And so going back to the Miss Idaho for America Strong, you said you're going to compete in nationals and you're having a fundraiser to help with that. Could you tell us a bit about that?
I'm hosting a piano concert fundraiser in Idaho Falls on May 30 as Miss Idaho for America Strong to promote my platform. And I play the piano since I was 6 years old, and so I will be hosting it. And I am encouraging people who are listening to come and support me. And this would help and fund my my competition when I compete in August, and also promoting my platform.
Right. And where are the nationals held at?
It will be in Las Vegas in August. We still don't have the date.
And when is this fundraiser happening?
It will happen on May 30 at the Piano Gallery in Idaho Falls at 11 a.m.
And so going to nationals, what does that entail?
So going to nationals, I will be there for 1 week competing against 51 states. And if I were to crown as Miss America Strong, I have 3 goals during my reign, and I plan to do a monthly national Zoom calls and expanding empowering immigrant women nationally. And so I still in the works of the plans that I wanted to do if I were to win, but basically the nationals will be 1 week of rehearsals and also meeting new girls from other states and just preparing for the competition at the end of the week.
And how long have you been competing in these types of pageants?
I competed, my first competition was in 2012. It was a local scholarship pageant. I needed money to go to to pay for my tuition, and I was at BYU Provo. And the competition was called Miss United Nations. I represented Philippines, and I remember, and so that's where it all started. And then last year, I competed for Miss Idaho, America Strong, and I was first runner up. And so for this year, I said I want to do it one last time. And finally, I got the title.
That's great. And what would you say you've learned, the most important things you've learned from being in these competitions are?
I learned so many things. So the first one that I can share with you is I learned that I can be a voice, I can have a platform, and I can raise awareness of what my platform would be, and I can share it to a lot of people. And second one, I also gained a lot of friends, a lot of girls that up until now are still my friends. And number three, I learned that I am capable of doing difficult things and just pushing myself to be better.
Yeah, of course. It definitely sounds like it's not easy to do all this and to run all these things that you do.
Thank you. I try.
And so I guess in addition to the foundation of empowering immigrant women in Pocatello and the education beyond boundaries, what other ways do you try to serve your local community?
I the one that I'm currently doing right now is I am collaborating with lots of organizations. And so, for example, the Yellowstone restaurant, I'm playing a mini piano concert, and it's a collaboration between me and them so that they can generate more customers, of course, and also it will help me promote my big concert fundraiser in Idaho Falls. So that's the first one. The second one is Kind Conservatory in Pocatello is a music phenomenal piano music, like any instruments you can find. And they're doing a candlelight in May, a candlelight gala, and I'm going to be their guest honor. And so I'm promoting this gala. So these are the two things that I can think of at the top of my mind. But there are other things that I'm also planning to do. So the third one is I'm planning to be the guest for the Refugee Day in Twin Falls sometime in July.
Right. Sounds like what you do involves a lot of traveling around and just getting to
Yes,
know a lot of
yes,
these little communities, or I guess not that little, but a lot of the local
uh-huh.
communities.
Yes, yes, it's good. Yes, Idaho is very big,
It
and
is.
so traveling can be really quite difficult.
And so if people want to learn more about your fundraiser, where can they do that?
Yes, and so if they want to, I have a website, and the website is called Miss Idaho for America Strong dot eventbrite.com. And if you cannot make it in person in Idaho Falls, we're going to do a live, so anyone everywhere around the world can watch it via Zoom. And if you're not able to do it, you're welcome to donate. And all of these funds will go directly promoting my platform. And also the excess of the fundraising will also go towards the quarterly branches of my community group.
Andrea, thank you so much for calling in and for sharing all this with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.